Morning guys, so Monday morning, another day, another job. So this week we've got a really small little bathroom job on. It's nothing to write home about. Basically all we're doing is taking those tiles off, taking this bath out, hopefully going to spin the bath 190 degrees so the waste and the taps are this end. Pipe work all runs across there. It's mains water to everything, and then we've got a hot water tank in there. So as you can imagine, we've got massive pressure on the cold and hardly anything on the hot. So we're going to put a very small single impeller pump off a flange off the tank, either on the floor or up here on the shelf, wherever we need to put it, so we can increase the pressure from the hot water. And we're going to bring a shower through that wall. So we're going to have a nice shower there, two taps there, and then the waste running that way. We have got a good fall on that waste, so we could potentially lower that down a bit, run it across there, and then back in. So we'll see how things pan out. I mean, the waste is on a nice swept bend under there, so that'll be fine if we take it along the wall. We'll figure it out. First job really though is get the bath out, get it isolated. Got to lift it up and over these pipe work, and I'm going to try if I can save the timber from the bath panel, but I'm not going to lose sleep if it doesn't come out in one piece. But anyway, as I said, very small job. We are just going to tile the bath area. We're not going to go mad tiling the whole thing. So we will tile, sorry, I should have done that. Tile that bit, that whole wall, and then that whole wall will be tiled. That way then she gets a nice shower area. But that's the plan. So let's get it ripped out, get the tile adhesive off the walls, get the bath out, sort the new bath out, figure out what we need, do a rubbish run, come back and do some plumbing. We'll see in a bit. Okay, so got the bath out. It was a bit of a challenge because we didn't know that the bath was in, and then they've boarded over the bath on two walls, which makes things a bit more complicated, but nothing we can't get around. So as you can see here, they've actually put the bath in. This is the original walls, as you can see, and then they thought, oh, well, instead of just mucking about and making good the old walls, obviously where the tiles were, we just put new plasterboard on, re-plaster over the bath. So we're not down. This is a budget job. This is a council flat. So this is just trying to get it as good as we can get it, because the kid's got OCD and he's, you know, they want to get it so they can have a nice shower and stuff. So we're going to put the new bath back in the same way, raise it up to this point so it all sits back as it was originally, and then we can make good the walls. We've got most of the adhesive off. I just got to get some new blades for the blade scraper. We're going to address all this poor pipe work. So this one's your hot, this one here, and that's your mains. So this mains is feeding the hot water tank. The main stop tap is there. It's not pretty underneath there with mould and God knows what, but that's not really what we're here for. So we are here literally to do the bath. So we're going to re-pipe all this, take that dead tail out there off the mains, lose that dead tail, probably bring the mains along the back wall nicely, and then back to here, and then tee off and do the hot again, same thing as well, go around with the hot, take that tee out, put a straight in, and then put a tee in over there, so the hot will come across, up, feed the hot, so on and so forth. We're going to bring the mains, the waste pipe, straight through under the bath if we can, because if we have to go that way with it, we're extending the fall, making it higher. So we're going to come straight through the middle of the bath, straight to the waste here, and then that way we can then put some bits of timber or something underneath with a couple of clips just to support it. That way we keep the fall going. I've got some shallow bath traps in the van as well, so that will help to keep our fall. So that's the general plan. Not touching any of that pipe work, not getting involved with that. All we're going to do is address the hot and the cold today and try and get her a bath back up and running, so at least they can have a bath. And then tomorrow we can then pipe the shower in, bring the pipes out, tile the walls, happy days. So we're going to go do a rubbish run, get rid of all the rubbish that's here, keep the place tidy because it's only a 2-bed flat, and then we're going to get some materials, come back and do some more work. We'll see you in a bit. Okay, we're back from the suppliers. We've picked up all the bits the client hadn't supplied, not an issue. We've now adjusted the cold pipe. I'll show you what we've done. So, as you know, there was a load of concoction of pipes. Sorry guys, hang on. Concoction of pipes just here with dead tails on and all sorts. So we've cut all the dead tails out. We've re-linked the mains because the mains comes from this side. So we now link the mains back into the kitchen. Comes down, through, comes up for the bath, and then goes back to feed the water tank and everything else that needs to feed in there. So that's the cold done with an isolator for 22, because obviously the bath towels have got to be 22. So now we're going to cut the hot out, and then we're going to do exactly the same thing again, but with 22, round it into 15 onto that top hot pipe. And that gets rid of all these pipes out of the way. They're all along the back of the wall, all nicely swept bends, just with joints where needed. So that's all looking pretty nice. So get the hot done, and then we can get the bath back in, get the waste connected, get the taps on, and give them a working bath again. So things are looking good. We're pushing on nicely now. Okay, so first job, cut this hot out and drain down. I'm sorry the camera might not have my head in the picture. I could try and adjust it a bit more. So I want to cut it out. It's hopefully there if we can. Yeah. Sorry, mate. Got to keep the videos going, man. Got to keep the subscribers happy. Cut that right out from this end now. Okay, that's that bit out of the way, Ricky. Remove that push fit cap for us, mate. If you'd be so kind. Just going to keep that bag there for a minute. So I'll try get my head in the picture a little bit. A bit better. Alright. Fun bit. Pipe cleaners. 22. Drill. We'll have the other one on. Alright, do the 15mm side first. These pipe cleaners, which on the end of my drill, really good, but the problem is, if you don't keep them dry, the wire brush in there rusts really quickly. I like to replace these brushes on the 15 quite regularly, but they are really easy if you're getting into tight gaps. If you've got the little angle adapter, it really does help. So I always try and turn them face down when I'm not using them so any water drains out. So I sped this bit up because it's off camera and you can't really see what I'm doing. Basically all I'm doing is cutting out some dead ends, putting in a straight coupler into a T so that I can come down, bring the pipe down to the floor line and bring it around the outside of the wall so that it'll be away from the bath and it'll be clipped to the wall and make it nice and solid. And then I can run my 22mm pipe to continue the hot feed. Do things awkwardly sometimes. Access, right. Empty the bucket so I don't spill it everywhere. Okay. 22mm. Now I'm going to need the pipe bender you're sat on, mate, now. Tape measure. Okay. Tape measure, tape measure, tape measure. Where's my tape measure gone? I just add the damn thing. There it is. So, back of bend, that's where I want my pipe to go. Roughly 25. So 25. there. Okay, so I'm just going to bend the 22mm pipe now. I've already measured my length from my reducer on the left hand side where I've gone into the 15mm. I like to put as many bends in as possible without having solder joints because it just minimises the opportunity for leaks. So I'm just going to clip that to the wall, and then I'm going to solder up my reducers and my couplers at this end, make sure my joints are all nice and solid. And then I will work on the bath end where we will put in a T, a little upstand ready for an isolator, and then a bend back up into the existing hot pipe. Pretty basic stuff, just makes things nice and tidy, and makes it a lot easier for us to put the new bath in because all the pipe work will be out of the way. I don't know what goes through some of these plumbers' minds when they fit these baths in and when they run pipes in front of them. And I don't know if you saw the first part of the video, sorry, where you can actually see they'd run the hot and the cold suspended in mid-air across the whole length of the bath. I mean, that's just asking for trouble. You're going to get rattly pipes, you can get air in the pipes. There's just loads of issues that can be caused from that. But, you know, these are the things we have to deal with on a daily basis. But we are getting there slowly. And as you're going to see here, I've done another bend with the bender just to make sure I'm minimising any soldered joints. I do have a bit of an issue here because the hot pipe hasn't fully shut off. It's still dribbling a little bit, and it does cause me a bit of grief trying to solder this last elbow on, and I end up having to cut it and put in a coupler and try and cap the hot a bit more because it just wouldn't solder. We got it in the end, but it was a nightmare. There's a lot of perseverance, and as you will see in a minute, it did get me a bit annoyed. But to be fair, this job compared to the last 2 weeks is going really well, so I shouldn't complain. Okay, so we had a little issue with the hot pipe. It was still water trickling out of it and it wouldn't heat up, so we had to put a bung in the tank and do some draining, get it drained properly. We got it in the end, but it was a bit of a rigmarole. I've still got to clean the pipes up a little bit, but all in all, it's looking much better than it did. So we've now got hot and cold coming out of the wall. Mains for the cold, tank fed from the hot. Goes all the way back in and T's back in where it needs to, and then obviously T's off for the hot because the cold comes that way, don't forget. So that's all now reconnected. It's all under pressure. Everything looks good. We've dried everything. So I'm just going to get the pipes clean now, and then we can think about getting the bath in. If I can get the bath back in, taps on, waste connected, and get it running, and then tomorrow all I've got to do is put the pipes out the wall for the shower, tile the wall, and then Wednesday finish off. So we're on schedule. So let's get the bath in and see how things pan out from there. Okay, so bath is now in, the waste kit's on, and we're just doing the waste at the moment. As I said, we're just going to run it straight. We weren't going to run it to the edge across and then back, just straight to it. So what we're doing, we're making like packers. So we're just using a bit of 40mm waste, drilling some holes in it, and then using a cable tie, like so. And literally, what we've done is that. So it's just acts as a support. Pipe will never drop and it won't disappear because it's attached. So I'm going to do one that end, we're going to do one there as well just to help support it all under the bath. Waste is now all connected, the overflow is all on. We've got to drill out our holes in the bath. So standard distance on a bath is 180mm from centre to centre. So I've marked my holes. When we did the bath, we dropped it in low, kept it low, put a massive hunk of silicone around it, jacked it up into the silicone, cleaned it off, and then done another line around afterwards. So then we'd do tiles and then another line of silicone, and then that's happy days. Normally I'd love to have taken all this off and tile boarded it, but it's not within the budget. But everything's looking good, so we're going to do the tap holes. We're going to do the supports, get the taps in, mounted, get it in, get it working, get the bath up and running, and then that'll be us for today. And then tomorrow we can prime all the walls, get them primed, ready for tiles, We can do the plumbing in that cupboard for the hot water pump, get the hot and cold feed out the wall, roughly sort of that high for the shower, and then tile it, and then Thursday or Wednesday finish it. Looking good. Pushing on, things are getting done nicely. Stay tuned for more, guys. Hey guys, so we are done for today. The bath is back in, it's plumbed in, it's working. They can have a bath tonight. Quite impressed with how far we got actually with the plumbing and the bath in and out. All we've got to do tomorrow is do the pipe work for the shower, put the pump in for the hot water. And while I'm doing that, Ricky can prime the walls, protect the bath, and we can start tiling tomorrow. So tomorrow pipe work, tiling, and Wednesday grouting, second fix, everything. Job done. Looking good. So we've got a new bath in, all in lovely, all working, hot and cold. I don't think we need to put a pump on the actual hot because the pressure's actually not too bad, actually at the tap. It's not good enough for the shower, I don't think, but we've got a pump for that. It's not that bad actually. I mean, I don't really know. It's not as, yeah, no, definitely. It's nowhere near as good as the hot, good as the cold. Sorry. So what happened if I left that like that, and you got the thermostat on the shower, you'd end up having it pretty much full hot before you got it to a temperature where you can actually live with it. Whereas if we put a little pump on the hot, just for the shower, just for the hot feed, and then the mains coming in, it should equal out. It won't be perfect, but that's all we can do, because you can't put a pump on the mains, because you don't do it, because you're going to get even worse unequal pressure. So putting a single impeller pump on will just help boost the pressure on the hot and hopefully equalise it a little bit, so you get better control at the thermostat on the shower. But yeah, not a bad day. Didn't want to kill ourselves after working all weekend. It's only 2 o'clock, so we've done well today. So I'm just going to show the client the new composite bath panel, make sure she's happy with that. And then, yeah, be back tomorrow. So don't forget guys, like, share, follow, subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you bright and early in the morning. See you then, bye bye.